Hello, hello. So I don't know how many parts to this series is gonna be. I don't know, but I'm just giving you, you know, the things that come to me that need to be addressed. I don't care if it's literally one person that gets something out of these. It's going to help because you know what? That one person is going to change things for their entire generation, their line, their whole bloodline. Okay? That's all that needs to happen. That's all that needs to happen. I don't know about you. I'm changing my bloodline. What about you? So, and before I get into this, I listen. I understand things happen, and I can say I understand, but at the same time, it's like I've overcome a whole lot. So, certain things people say to me as to why they can't do something, I don't register well with it because I know what I had to do. If it's in your heart to do something, if it's in your heart to do it, God will make a way. I promise you. So, I'm going to go ahead and throw this out there and make a blanket statement and say that daycares can contribute to sociopathy and autism. Yes. That's the only time I'm going to say that. So if you want to hear it again, rewind. But anyway, it sounds crazy. But when your child is one of 7, 11, 14, 15, I don't think they can have any more than maybe 15 of children in one class under the age of 5 or 4 or something like that. Um, but you must know that every child is not going to get the attention that they require and deserve. When a guinea pig, and I just learned this today, if a guinea pig is not handled and socialized by humans, as soon as it comes out, and this goes for really any animal, if it's not handled properly, either by humans or by its mother, the brain does not wire correctly. Okay? I'm just speaking, this is just in the animal kingdom. All right? Just follow me. In the animal kingdom, a baby animal that is not reared by its mother or whoever the eternal handler is going to be, things don't click. That's why you have like animals, especially like this happens a lot with pit bulls. Pit bulls are notoriously taken from their mothers too soon. Puppies of any other puppies, but with those dogs, you see it more. They're not wired right. Dogs that are very vicious and they can't get along with other dogs. They don't know how to socialize. They're, antsy with people. They don't have the proper wiring because they did not connect to what they were supposed to connect to for what their life is supposed to be like. Now, if you want a wild fighting dog, yes, take it from the mama. Leave it alone. Don't give it any attention. Tussle with it. Give it something to bite. Whatever. Yeah, you can create a monster easy. Easy. But when you're trying to create a pet, a loving, socialized pet that can get along with other dogs without being insecure and, you know, vicious and, attack mode all the time. That dog, that puppy needs to be with its mother 24/7 until a certain point. Now, as humans, our babies need to be with us 24/7 until a certain point. I would venture to say the first year. I would venture to say the first year. Did you do it? Yes, I did. Matter of fact, 11 months to be exact. I made it to 11 months. Okay. Um, of course, sacrifice was involved. Absolutely. If you don't make the sacrifice, then you're going to force your child to sacrifice later on in life. You're going to force them to sacrifice relationships, romantic relationships, friendships. You'll sacrifice their development, their ability to connect. You cannot rear a child in front of a TV, and that's just what, honestly, half the daycare centers, that's what they do. They put your baby in a high chair, car seat, whatever apparatus, turn the TV on. That's it. Now, most people say, oh, well, you need two incomes these days, and da 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 da. To that, I say, well, yeah, you would need two incomes if you have two car payments, two story house, two bank accounts. Yeah, of course you're going to need two incomes. If you have a child or children, most people have multiple children. Someone's getting some taxes back. Buy a car outright. You need a car. You don't need a 2020. You don't need it. You're borrowing a car. You're borrowing it. Yeah, the bank lets you believe it's yours, till you miss two payments, and they'll politely remind you. And on that third payment, they'll remind you even further by removing it, taking it off your hands. Okay? So, at the end of the day, nothing is yours anyway. You're on a hamster wheel. You're worried about this. They have you thinking that, oh, my credit, my credit, my credit, my credit, my credit, my credit, my credit. It's sickening. Who cares? If you do things with a plan, if you think, and if you stop letting everyone think, society think for you, and make you think that the only way is their way, is the way that they present you, if you stop chasing the American dream and wake up and live, truly live, it'll be alright. People don't live today. We don't live. Everyone's hustling, bustling, going to work 24/7. And the poor children, they in school for before care, after care, the regular school. As soon as they get home, do your homework. Have the homework. Go ahead and shower and get ready, to eat. Eat. All right, now, y'all, what you doing? Y'all, you got 30 minutes. Brush your teeth, go to bed. The end. And that's their life 5 to 6 days a week. What does that sound like to you? To me, that sounds like an institution of some sort. That doesn't sound like life. that you're supposed to live and explore and love and show people things and just it's just sad. It's sad for me. It's really, really sad for me because children aren't able to learn at the pace that they need to learn at for themselves. Their children are literally, people say, oh, they're like sponges. No, but you don't really get it. They are truly like sponges. Like literally, I watch it every day before my eyes. Every time you wake up, your child is going to come to you with something new. And when they learn it at their pace, they retain it. When you're force feeding it to them, they'll keep it in the forefront of their memory to pass the test, and then it gets wiped out. And you're creating an assimilated being, not a not an individual who can think for him or herself. And that's what we want to create. We want to create beings that think for themselves, that are independent, strong, courageous, not afraid to swim against the current. Independent, not looking for every handout that's available to survive. Knowing how to go without and be okay. Everything that we have in this world isn't mandatory. Almost none of it is. Really and truly. It's not mandatory. Invest in your bloodline. Invest in your legacy. If you are blessed to have a partner of some sort, a husband or whatever, or if you're going to, make sure you're on the same page with this thing. Because your children are your legacy. That's what you should be invested in. Not some company for some person who, the slightest little hiccup that happens, you're out the door. They don't care. They don't care. They act like they care. Just like, the bank will make you believe you own that car and you own that house. But you go right on ahead. And be late too many times because you're dropping your child off, or you take off too many days because your child's sick. Go ahead and do it and see how much they care. That position that, they need me. Oh, they're not going to be able to get along. Watch them do it. Won't they do it? Yes, they will. But when you take that time out to nurture, that's what's missing. We're not nurturing our children, especially our boys. We're not nurturing them. We're not nurturing them. Tough doesn't mean anything if you can't love, if you can't connect, if you can't be vulnerable. Vulnerability is what I'm learning each and every day. I have to walk into it more and more and more. Being vulnerable. Stop walking around with a cage around your heart. You teach these boys, oh yeah, go on out here, sow your wild oats, do what you need to do, but no one ever tells them when to freaking stop. How to recognize a woman that's worth taking it on to the house for. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And our babies are suffering. That's why our babies have to be in daycare and this and that, and one mama's working 2 and 3 jobs. It's ridiculous. I did it alone, but I don't expect everybody to be me. But it's doable. You have to care enough. You have to love enough. Stop bringing these babies into this world if you're not ready to love enough. And that love comes with a ton of sacrifice. Take it or leave it.